Aren't you excited, Nick?
No.
I don't blame you. Let's start into this week's news bits. Little newsy bits of information and stories that aren't quite big enough for their own story, so we lump them all together. And the first one this week is a bit heartwarming. It's one of those things that we love to hear, especially nowadays with all the shit that's going on around the world. We love to hear this good stuff, and that would be, now I may butcher this name, so I apologize. And Nick, let me know if you've heard about this. Apparently this has some history to it. There's a little boy named Quaden Bales in Australia, I believe it is. He was apparently being bullied, and he had a video where he was being bullied in 2020, I think it is. And a bunch of famous people came to his defense and everything, and George Miller, actually the director of Mad Max, cast him in his last movie. He had him come on like a cameo, a bit part.
Mm-hmm.
He has taken it further, said he really liked the kid. He has dwarfism. He's a dwarf. So I guess he was being bullied about that. I don't know all the specifics, but George Miller has now cast him in Furiosa, which is the prequel to Mad Max Fury Road, and he said, I think this kid has a future ahead of him, and he had great screen presence. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice.
I mean, this little kid who was getting picked on, and now, like all of his bullies, probably feel really fucking dumb because they probably got put on blast, and now they made this kid essentially into at least somewhat of a movie star. So fuck you, bullies. Nice. Go to hell.
Yes.
So look
fuck
forward to
bullies.
Yeah, he's already been in one of his. I can't remember the name of George Miller's last movie. It had to have been. This happened in 2020, so it would have had to. Did he have a movie that came out recently?
I mean, he has 3,000 Years of Longing, which is coming out Friday.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. The kid's in that. So he's. Okay. I don't know how old he is, but he is he does suffer from, or not suffer, but he has dwarfism. So I guess check him out in 3,000 Years of Longing, and he will also be in Furiosa as a character. So I thought that was pretty cool. Nice way to start the show with on a upbeat note. So after that, let's go from upbeat to not so upbeat, at least for me and many other people, I think. And our first little bit of video game news, not really video game news, but it's video game information. A new game came out yesterday, in fact, called Saints Row. It's a reboot of an old series, which started life on the Xbox 360 as a Grand Theft Auto clone. And it ended up being the best of the Grand Theft Auto clones. It was very much. The first one was straight up just a ripoff of Grand Theft Auto. But then the series went on and kind of became like the most, like the over-the-topper. They really went into the over-the-topness of it, culminating with the fourth one. And the third and fourth one were very similar, but just really crazy, insane. I love this series. I've loved it since the first one on the 360. And then it went kind of dormant. The company that was making Volition, they got bought, and they had this other branch-off game called Agents of Mayhem. Really wasn't that great. It was like a multiplayer thing.
Terrible.
Yeah, not great, but it was linked. It was within that universe, kind of like the whole Titanfall and Apex Legends situation. But it wasn't that good, and it's been a while since we had an actual installment of Saints Row. So now they decided, or they announced a little while back that they were rebooting the franchise, which is scary because I love the characters, Johnny Gat and all of them. And it finally came out. It's here. Some of the things I've been seeing about it, I wasn't thrilled about, but you know what? I was going to give it a chance because it was a lot of the same people, or at least the same company. I don't know the same people making it. Came out yesterday. I bought it. Haven't actually played it yet. I've got to free up some space.
I thought you had played it.
I have not. I've not played it. I was considering playing it today after this show if I had time. I'm not going to have time, but I haven't actually played it yet. We'll talk about it at the end of the show. I may be live streaming it in a couple of days, but nope, haven't played it yet. I'm kind of scared to play it after seeing this because we have a review roundup. The reviews are in for Saints Row reboot or remake or whatever.
Best
it's not
game
remake,
ever,
it's
right?
Reboot. Unfortunately not. It is one of my favorite series to play. Especially the third one is absolutely the best one. I like the fourth one, some people don't, but yeah, it's not looking good. We got GameSpot has given it. Now, some of these are their scores are. They use different metrics, but I'm going to pretty much do a 1 to or a 10, a scale of 10 is how I'm going to put it to you. So a 6 out of 10. Not awful, but not great. And a far cry from what the series has been in the past. Game Informer gave it a 8.5 out of 10, which that's much better. That's probably the best score it's gotten overall. And Destructoid gave it an 8 out of 10. Still not bad. Okay, you know, we got one bad one and two pretty good ones.
Yeah.
Inverse, not familiar with them, gave it a 6 out of 10. Games Radar, 6 out of 10. PC Gamer, 6 out of 10. VGC, 4 out of 10. So yeah, and then that's not to mention the plethora of people online, which I don't know if they're just bandwagoning or what, have been saying, yeah, this game got issues, not great. Now, what I've been seeing is that the game, a lot of its issues are technical, but there's a lot of issues with the story and the characters and stuff like that, not being memorable or being real played out and things like that. They don't have that same quirkiness and just likability that the old characters did. That breaks my heart. Because this is one of that I love this franchise. How do you feel about this, Nick? Are you heartbroken, or did you just not give a shit?
I mean, I'm right there with you. I love the franchise. 3 and 4 are, you know, two of my favorite games to play. 4, I love the you got the touch. You just wait for the you got the power.
Oh yeah, their needle drops in those games are amazing.
Yeah. 3 was one of those games I think I had more fun than I had with like GTA 4, to be fairly honest. I was not looking forward to this game, to be fairly honest. I know it's from some of the people who created it, but it's just like, where's Saints Row 5? Make Saints Row 5. I don't need a remake. I hate when they reboot stuff. It's like we talked about like a couple weeks ago, Last of Us Part 1. I don't need it. Why? It's only being happened as a money grab. So here, it's unfortunate because apparently they're, as you were saying, trying to go back to like the original game. And what made Saints Row so much fun is the later games. Like the 4th game deals with an alien invasion. You get stuck in like a Matrix style world. And 3 has like some of the great, Johnny Gat and stuff like that. And it just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to harp on it too much longer, but yeah, it's bad.
I mean, and I can't comment as of yet because I haven't actually played the game. But I ain't gonna lie, going into it, seeing the characters, seeing the gameplay itself looks fine. It looks Saints Row-ish, but Saints Row wasn't just about the gameplay. The gameplay was a big part of it. It was really fun, but it was the story.
Really about the purple dildo bat, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the over-the-topness, and it was just a hilarious. It was just a really fun and funny game, just all around. It was a great package. Especially the 3rd one was the shit. I really enjoyed the 4th one too. People had issues, but like you said, you're like a superhero and all that. I love those games. I've completed all those games 100%. I love the shit out of them. I've played the remastered versions, all that. I can't get enough of those games. But this one, I don't know. I guess I'll find out today or tomorrow whenever I finally boot that thing up on my Series X. But we'll see. If you're looking forward to Saints Row, sorry, there's a good chance that you might be a bit disappointed. Okay, on to something, some better news in the world. For those of you that are Lord of the Rings fans, which I am, and are looking forward to the Rings of Power Amazon show, which I kind of am. That's another one. I'm scared. I'm scared to watch this thing. It's got some.
I would be too. Yeah.
It's got some cool looking stuff, but it's like, I don't know, man. They're taking some big gambles here, and some of the stuff I've been hearing about it, I'm like, I don't know. But I'm going to watch it, of course. But if you are just like the hardcore fan and you really want to see it before everybody else and have the best possible experience seeing it, well, it's premiering 2 days early in Cinemark theaters for one night, one single showing across, I guess this is America. It is only open to Cinemark Movie Rewards members. I don't know if there's a Cinemark around me. I don't think there is. So I won't be seeing this in theaters, unfortunately, but if you have a Cinemark around you, which Cinemark's pretty big, hey, and you're a huge Lord of the Rings fan, you might want to check that out because foolish me, I didn't write the date down here, but it's 2 days before whenever it comes out, and I think it comes out August.
It's August 31st. I actually got my tickets for it. So
okay, so that's in a few. When is that? Is that would
like
be Saturday?
7 days.
Yeah, okay.
It's next Wednesday.
Okay, so yeah, next Wednesday, people will actually get to see the first two episodes. It's the first two episodes. It's not the whole show. It's only the first two episodes. But, you know, that's more than some people are going to get to see. So if you're interested
well, I mean,
in...
at least...
Go ahead.
Say early reviews for the series have been good, so I mean it's a positive. But then again, it is early reviews, so you never know how that's going to work out. So
yeah, early reviews. I don't know. I think you need to take them with a grain of salt and just read in between the lines sometimes, because sometimes, and I get it, some people are just excited to have seen something early. We'll see. I hope it's good. I mean, I don't want anything Lord of the Rings to suck, so hopefully it's good. But man, there's been a lot of. And once again, we don't know, but there's been a lot of stuff circulating about it, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. And they're taking a lot of liberties, I'll say that.
Well, they posted a new trailer, and people were like, this doesn't look good.
Oh, see, I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch the trailer. I know they posted it, I saw it, and I was just like, I'm just going to wait for the show. I just want to see it as fresh as possible. I know people have been making, like, the real Slim Shady comments about Sauron and stuff like that, which I don't know if that's who it is, but I saw a picture of a person, and some people are saying it's Sauron, some people are saying it's not, and I was like, oh no, please don't do that. Maybe it was just that one. You know, sometimes you get a bad shot or something. I don't know, but hey,
yeah.
Rings of Power theaters. If you're into it, check it out. The Sandman. We talked about this briefly last week, Nick. I think you said that it just didn't do it for you for what you saw.
Yeah.
And I have not watched any more of it since we talked about it on Saturday. So I have not finished it as of yet. However, a lot of people have, and the show has been a success. And they're saying, you know, everybody's saying, oh, it's guaranteed for season 2 because it's doing really well, and it is at the top of the charts and all that stuff, and people are really liking it. There's not a whole lot of straight out negativity about the show. There's some people that say some stuff, have some negative things to say, but not like, or even those people I think are saying, well, the show's fine, it's okay, and then some people are saying it's great. Yeah. Well, apparently season 2 is not guaranteed. Just because The Sandman is successful, Neil Gaiman has said, well, I'm tempering my expectations because we still don't know if they're going to greenlight a season 2 because Netflix just don't give a shit. They will cut shit out. We've seen some really big properties come through, and we thought, oh, they're doing well, and Netflix did not greenlight them for a season 2. One of the main things he said is because this show cost a shit ton of fucking money. So the show cost so much, he's saying that's you guys need to be prepared that they might not, because this show is just really expensive. So even though it is doing well, it might not get season 2. I know you probably don't even care.
Well, it's not that I care, but I know people love the show. I know people love the books. So it's like, you know, if they were to cancel like something I love, you know, I'd be sad about it. But, you know, Netflix is having issues right now, as we are aware. So it's like, well.
Yeah, they're trying to save some money. We know that. And this show costs a lot. Not to say that they won't greenlight it, because if it is successful, I mean, look at Stranger Things. Stranger Things costs a shit ton of money. That's bringing people in, and they need more stuff like that. They want stuff that's going to bring people to their platform. Is Sandman the one? I don't know. We'll see. It's gotten positive press, so it's really 50-50. I'm sure we'll hear about it at some point in time, probably relatively soon. I would say that if we don't hear that Sandman is getting a season 2 greenlit in the next few weeks, that's not a good sign. Because usually when these shows do really well and they're like, and there's going to be a season 2, they let everybody know while the iron is still hot. While people are still talking about season 1, they'll say, oh yeah, we're doing more. If they wait, usually not good, but we will see. Speaking of new shows that are doing well, House of Dragon, or House of Dragons, I think it's just House of Dragon. The Game of Thrones prequel over on HBO Max is breaking records. Apparently 10 million viewers checked out the initial viewing of House of Dragon. And I didn't put it here, but it is breaking records, and it's also breaking people's accounts, because it apparently, people that were using Amazon products, I guess, or Amazon Fire Sticks or something like that, apparently they were locked out. Not locked out, it crashed the servers for them. So it's doing well, except for those few thousand people that were using that. But hey, if you're not really much more to say there, if you're into Game of Thrones, except for that last season, I know most people did not care for that last season. Didn't bother me as much, but I fully acknowledge not up to par with everything else. I'm hearing good things about this show. Everybody that I have heard talk about it says that at least the first, nobody's seen the whole thing, but it's a great start. It's really good. So if you were into Game of Thrones, this might be a callback to what you initially loved about it. And 10 million people checked it out. So, I mean, it's doing decently well. Something else that did well, but probably shouldn't have, and isn't as good, and if you haven't seen it, you're going to have an opportunity to soon, would be Thor: Love and Thunder. It's coming to Disney Plus. Aren't you excited, Nick?
No.
I don't blame you. I'm not excited either, because this movie fucking sucked. And it sucked a lot. But if you haven't been able to experience the suck, and you still want to experience the suck, I mean, why wouldn't you? But if you want to see this movie and you haven't had a chance, you didn't want to go out to theaters, I totally don't blame you there. It will be on Disney Plus on September 8th, so right around the corner. It is apparently taking a little bit longer than some of the other Marvel movies because September 8th is Disney Plus Day, and they're trying to position it as kind of a opener for Disney Plus Day. So if you're looking forward, or if you just haven't seen Love and Thunder and you kind of somewhat wanted to and you got Disney Plus, there you go. September 8th is your day. Not much more to say about that there, honestly. Rebel Moon. You know what that is, Nick? You heard of that? This familiar thing?
Yes, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Well, for those of you that don't know.
The director, so.
Yeah, Nick is not a fan of the director of this. What Rebel Moon is its conception was a Star Wars movie or story from Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder wanted to make a Star Wars movie. It didn't pan out, so he took the story, which has something. It's similar to Seven Samurai, I think, or it's based on that. Which Star Wars itself had Kurosawa roots. But anyway, Rebel Moon, he took it to Netflix and said, hey, I want to make this movie. It was going to be a Star Wars movie, but obviously we can't do Star Wars over here. Could we just make it into a movie? And they said, sure, Zack Snyder, come on over. You're a hot property right now. Make this really expensive sci-fi flick. Sci-fi epic. And he's making it right now. And I think they're actually done shooting it and all that. And it's going to be coming out at some point. We don't have a release date as of yet. Probably very effects heavy. Probably lots of post-production. Well, apparently, due to a leak on a California tax credit site, we now know that we're getting a Rebel Moon sequel that has been confirmed because they submitted it for a tax credit through California's something tax credit. I don't know. That, and there were some other movies as well that weren't as surprising, but that one in particular, people were like, oh, a Rebel Moon sequel. We don't even know when the hell the first one's coming as of yet. So, me, myself, what little we've seen of this movie, I think looks neat. I like Zack Snyder. I totally see that he has, not all of his movies are great, Sucker Punch, but he has his ways about doing things, and, you know, he's not perfect, but I overall enjoy his films, and I'm looking forward to this one. It sounds like it could be a cool idea. And I don't know if getting a sequel is really, I guess that's good. That means Netflix has enough confidence in this thing to go ahead and announce, or not announce, they didn't officially announce this, but to go ahead and position a sequel without even having the first one done. So maybe that's a good look. I don't know. It is Netflix. What do you think about this, Nick?
Well, I mean, they created Army of the Dead, and then it's prequel, so, I mean, Zack Snyder's a golden boy for a lot of people, so yeah.
But I have not actually seen the prequel. You liked the prequel, didn't you say?
Yeah, it was good, but it was directed by Zack Snyder and didn't have fisheye lens for everything, like blurry, where everything was blurry except for But
so it was based on his idea or something like that, wasn't it?
I guess I don't know.
Based on characters.
It was good. Yeah.
Now, Army of the Dead, I thought was a neat idea that just wasn't, I'm not going to say executed, it's just the story was extremely thin there. The execution was what it was. It was people running around shooting zombies. Okay, that's what you're looking for. That movie's got you covered. But the story was just kind of light, I thought. Lighter than I wanted it to be. Well, either way, that doesn't matter. Rebel Moon sequel coming, and Rebel Moon coming. We don't know when, but hey, you're getting two of them at some point in time. So look forward to that. All right, we're almost done with our news bits here, guys. we have an official release date, which I think this release date was already out there, for Halloween Ends, which is October 14th. But what's interesting about this, not interesting, but what's this newsworthy, I suppose, about this, this was supposed to be coming, I think it was it only theaters or was it only streaming initially?
No, theater. It was originally theaters.
Okay, yeah, okay, so that's the news part. It was coming to only theaters. Now it is coming to theaters and Peacock, which the first Kills came to. It was Peacock, right? Yeah, Kills
came to both. Yeah.
Came to both as well. So this isn't like revolutionary. It's not like, holy shit, it's coming to both. But apparently this one was scheduled to only come to theaters. They have now let us know that Halloween Ends will be in theaters and on the cock on October 14th. So if you're wanting to see Halloween Ends because you just loved Halloween Kills, I don't think it's either of us, but if you just really looking forward to seeing it, but you didn't want to get out into the theater, hey, you'll be able to watch it at home as long as you have a Peacock subscription, which you probably don't. But go ahead and get one if you're really wanting to see the final chapter, of
wait,
Evil Babes tonight.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, yeah. This movie I haven't seen the movie, but I did not like Halloween Kills, so.
No.
And it seems they've been talking about how this movie is going to be going a similar direction in tone and everything. So, we'll see. October 14th, I guess we'll see. Unless we get it. Well, I won't. Maybe Nick will get an early copy. He can let us know if it's better.
We'll just burn it.
Yeah. All right. So one more thing here. This is this actually just popped off right before I went live here, and that is that Hulu's Hellraiser movie. They've got the movie. There's two Hellraiser projects right now. There's Hulu's Hellraiser, and then there's another one. Clive Barker that is the one that Clive Barker is included in. There's another one somewhere else being worked on, a movie. I thought it was a movie and a show. There's two fucking Hellraiser things going on. I don't even know. One is at Hulu, one is somewhere else. The one that's somewhere else, I think, is the one that has like a female Pinhead or something like that. I don't know. This one is at Hulu, and it looks to have like regular Pinhead, so that's how I differentiate the two. It got its first teaser today. Now, it's a very bare bones teaser. I'm not going to show it here because it's just not, it doesn't show a lot. If you're just hardcore into Hellraiser, check it out. It's like 20 seconds long, and it really just shows the name Hellraiser, and it's kind of going over some video, so you can't see much. But I mean, if you're really into Hellraiser, I guess you might like it. But what it does give us is the release date of October 7th on Hulu. So if you're looking forward to some Hellraiser goodness coming October 7th, what was that?
By the way, the one that's coming to Hulu is the one with the female Pinhead.
See, it shows Pinhead in the background because it's like the lettering of Hellraiser going over video, but you can only see it through the letters, so it's hard to really see what it is. You see Pinhead in the background, but it's not very clear. So, and it looked like the guy, I can't remember his name, who played Pinhead before. So I guess I was incorrect. So female. This is okay. Then Hulu is the one that I knew that the female one was the one Clive Barker is not included in. Not that he has anything against it, but he's not included in that one.
The television series is actually written by Michael Daugherty, which is kind of awesome. It's directed by David Gordon Green. Oh, God.
Oh shit. I guess it makes that makes sense that I put this and Halloween Ends together here at the end. But yeah, okay. So the television show is the one that Clive Barker is included in. Then all right.
Yeah.
And that's coming from somewhere else and going somewhere
HBO.
else. Okay, it's going to HBO. There you go. So I'm sure it'll be all kinds of bloody and goodness. This is a movie, and I know that it's about to come out on the 7th. So Hellraiser, looking forward to it? Check it out. Get a female Hellraiser. Alrighty, that is all we got on News Bits for this week, ladies and jelly spoons.